According to Seniac, tennis club is more important than a hospital. Who remembers the original Hollywood from Fool's Town? Hollywood? What's Hollywood? I only know Foliowood. Rich people don't go in buses. Does Seniac have that curse after reading the comments? He says, guys, I love it. Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Fool's Kingdom here in City Skylines. Well, last episode, guys, we built the super rich area on top of the mountain surrounding the lake. We also built our very own Fool's Kingdom Hollywood style side as well, which looks really, really cool. And today I want to continue the expansions. I want to get set up on there. I did kind of think about between getting a city park versus a nature reserve. I think I'm going to go for a city park on top of there. But I'm also going to implement the Eden project on top too. This is to make the area like really, really feel like it is high class. Money has been well spent up there, but it's also gonna pretty much cause a lot of leisure upgrades to not only the Fool's Kingdom, but all the kingdoms around it, which everything's gonna go booming, which I'm really, really excited about. We're gonna see some huge expansions take place, and hopefully a lot more people move in, because we need so many more people, because we got so many jobs currently available. If you guys have been enjoying the Fool's Kingdom and want to see more, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. If you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you are notified that next episode does come out. But we are back. Now, this is where we pretty much left off. There is still a few little buildings right now that need a little bit of power, but stuff is slowly growing. The problem we got at the moment is we don't have enough demand coming in. These are ridiculous. It's all because I've got a 4x4. They can't be 4x4s because it's tourism. It kind of builds like a huge casino in there. We can't be having that, boys. So I got to get rid of all the little 4x4s to kind of keep things rocking and a rolling. So yeah, we don't really have much demand right now, which is a big issue for us because we're now getting to that point in the game where we're struggling to start growing the city. I'm not going to go down the road of implementing the super demand mod, but what I will say is if there's anything missing that you haven't done in the series so far, or if there's something that you really, really want me to do, let me know in the comment section down below, because you know what happens when a city gets this size and I'm pretty much built on all the lands. We all know what happens, guys, so you best get it in before it disappears altogether. But today I want to finalize this middle section. Now, we slowly start to get all the residents moving in and around. This should actually just disappear very soon as well. Did I delete? Yeah, I took away that little bit of corner. We'll go into fast forward mode so we can kind of get the rest of it all in. Now, as we're slowly getting all the residents moving in, the high-class, high-wealthy residents, I want them to be surrounded by a huge park in the middle to really feel like the money they paid for their house, their beautiful mansion, was well worth it. And I'm also going to implement the Eden project too to cause a ton of upgrades. So I think I'm going to drop the Eden project here, but I want to try and incorporate it with the entrance, or the main entrance, should I say, to the city park. So let's see what we can pretty much do then. So, how big is it? It is, okay, it's a fairly decent size. It's a fairly decent size. So let's kind of create some type of an entrance point then. I know we've got all stuff kind of set up already, and we get the same style of road implemented in. And I think we'll take a little cut from there. And take a little cut from here. And if I bring that up by, or just up to there, and let's see if I can kind of bend or create some type of bend, 11 by 12. That's good enough for me. So in this inner section here is where I have the little Eden project. And then on this side here is where we'll implement our city park. So I can put it straight there, but I kind of don't want to. I want to kind of create something different for it, something a little bit unique. So if I say I go, I'm trying to create a little system. So if what's the best option? Me coming down from here, you reckon? So if I do like an 8 and I go across by 5 and by 5, let me see how big that building was again. So if I threw that directly just there, the Eden project, I'm going to plant like a bunch of trees around it and stuff like that, but make it really, really walkable. So the Eden project, if you don't know what it is, basically, it is a building, huge glass house, perfect for vast gardens, all that jazz, but most importantly, it increases our land value, the leisure, whatever you want to call it, around. So if I check out the land value right now, everything all then goes sky high. Everything is good. No matter how negative somewhere is, it's really, really good, which goes on to cause, and it will take a minute or two, but it goes on to cause upgrades left, right, and centre. You can now start to see this building over here is upgrading. There's ding, 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 dings happening all around right now. But these are the power and the water. So we'll get onto that in just a second. But coming directly off this, I'll come up by another 8. I'm then going to go on to implement our little car park. So I can actually add it in just here, if I can anarchy that in. So I can have a beautiful car park both sides there for that. And then pretty much do the same. I could do a 10 by 10. Kind of bring that up here by 3. So I have these little outer ring sections here, drop-off zones you can kind of call it, where I can put in the main entrance point. Not too bad. And if I just get the bare minimum set up right now, then we can work on the entrance and then pretty much build the rest. So normal city park entrance just here. There we go. So I'm going to use the mover tool right now just to kind of align it a bit more central to the driveway section. Same for this building. Believe it or not, it's not actually central. There we go. Sweet, mate. Sweet. So what we'll do as well is we'll incorporate some little walking paths around this. So if I come directly off here to there, and we'll kind of do a little bit of a wiggle. What's going on here? Why can't I get that? Why would it click in? I think it's because of the way I've got it set up, isn't it? If I do that to there, then kind of bend that in like that. And then do something similar to over this point, but like a different slight style. Do something a little bit different to kind of incorporate and bring it all together. Wow, that really messed up there, didn't it? That chose... I don't know what happened there for that to do that. I'll bring that to there. That's fine. That was kind of crazy, wasn't it? So if I do it like that, then we can plant down a bunch of trees and all that kind of stuff to incorporate it a bit more. But we'll also start working on the actual city park. So the fact that we've got a city park up here and we've also got a zoo as well shows you that this area is going to be kind of really, really good for tourism. So bring this all the way around the edge. I want to make sure it touches all the roads so I can have little side gates and entrances all in. There we go. And what we'll first implement and kind of add in is the path. And we'll do it. I'm not going to have the whole inner side, because I'm going to have a few little roads that might come out and create little cul-de-sacs and whatnot. But I'm going to go on to create and make sure it's all on the ground. We're going to go on to create a little ring path that goes around the edge, or quite close by to the waterfront. So bring that all down. Kind of end it just there. Really, really simple. Nothing too crazy or too over the top. We're then going to create like a bunch of side gates right now. Now I'm going to do a fair few of these, because I want as many people to be able to kind of enter the park as possible. And they might use it to walk from one side to the other. So the more I throw in, the better for us. I'm adding one just there. So loads of them thrown in. Like that. And what we'll then do is just straight solid connections go into the main path hooking around. Then everything that we build and everything we then do should then be incorporated around these paths. But as many as we can throw in. Gotta maximize what we've got to work with. There we go. Okay, pretty sweet. So, with all that now in, I know we've got a lot of stuff that we need to incorporate and implement. But we'll then slowly start building everything up. So we're going to get kind of like multiples of each of the facilities. So I can bulk everything all up. And we'll try and do it on the entry points of each little section. So everything that we build down, put on an entry point. So it's one of their first port of calls that they have. You know, they come across some type of building as they enter. Whatever it may be. Right, I'm not too sure if that one's connected. I think it should be. Yeah. And again, just keep bulking it all up. And this is what I'm more interested about right now, the piers. So I'll come on to the piers in just a second. I'm going to dot around right now a load of my gazebos. So do this style first. And then we'll switch over to the other style. So keep dotting these around. Just in random spots. Doesn't really matter at this point. There we go. So we got the choice of 2 park piers in many ways. So if I just drop a few down in random spots, and then we'll go on to placing down the paths to them momentarily. There we go. So go to the paths then. So all I've got to do is connect the path up to each one. Like that, and then we're pretty much good to go. So nothing crazy, nothing amazing I've got to do. And then this incorporates the lake going around. So they all should now pretty much be in. So we need to do, we've got the water going around anyway. It's more a case of the power. Now, what's really good about this is I can use those gazebos all over again to incorporate more power in. So by doing that, we should then have the power get all hooked up, which it does. So all the power is connected, you know, around to a certain degree, apart from this little section. So that'll hook us up over to there. If I get one more just here, or should go for 2, then that all then has the power. So everywhere has the power now at this point, just by simply using the gazebos to kind of spread everything, which is pretty handy. Pretty handy, boys. And then we're kind of good to rock and roll. So while the population slowly grows, which is a good thing to see, we'll then slowly start getting people moving in. So we got to sort the car parking situation out real quick. So I wonder if I can utilize the wide boys. So spin that right round. Look at that. Perfectly fits in. There we go. So they shouldn't be able to park on it because it's the road with the trees and stuff on. So that's the only place they've got to currently park right now when they make their approach over here. I'm going to pause it while we then place in like a bunch of trees. Because I've got to beautify this place. Because this is what it's all about. In those rich areas, you see loads of trees. Because they can pay for gardeners. I changed some of the stalls in just a minute. So I don't need all this now. Just got to add something in here. Does that spread the power? It does spread the power. So back to the trees. So then we go for the darker style of tree. So it'll take a while for all this to kind of grow. But we're going to have some different contrasting colours. And we'll eventually like build little cul-de-sacs and kind of build little communities within inside of all of this as well. So it's not just going to be what you currently see. There's going to be a bit more. So if I just use the big brush now to kind of bulk in the bits that I miss. I really want to go over the top in these areas. I really do. I want it to feel like it's kind of borderline in a forest. You know what I mean? Those kind of vibes. And to do that, I've got to do different types and styles of trees. Holy smokes, that's a lot of trees right now. But the rich are paying for nature. This is what it's all about. They're paying for that nature, boy. So lots of stuff now thrown in. And how it will work and stuff like this then, I'll kind of show you right now. So we'll still utilize that dragger road coming up. And then we'll kind of do a little bit of a bend. That would then bring the road down diagonally. So I could like just off this, say here, bring that up. Bring that up just there. And then literally paint it all with residential. And it's just little things like that. It's how we can incorporate more housing and residential inside of the city park, but it's technically not inside of it because it doesn't connect to it. They got to go for a main gate still. But the views they'll have from these houses will be pretty good. So for this park then, we're going to charge top dollar like all the other places. And just by adding in as well this, the Eden project really transforms our whole city. So right now, I've got 68,000 jobs currently available. Now, that number's going to slowly increase. Don't get me wrong, it is going to slowly increase. But I'm hoping that we can bring so many more residents in. Because, you know, we're increasing the housing and stuff like that. But at the same time I'm increasing the housing with this Eden project, it's also increasing the amount of jobs. So it does kind of go up. But I just need a ton more people kind of living in the area in general to keep us rocking and a-rolling. So the commercial over here then is complaining that there is not enough goods to sell. So that's just a case of waiting for the truck and stuff to kind of get up here. I mean, it is only this entry point over there right now. I don't know whether I add in another one, because those cliff edges are pretty high. I mean, I can incorporate something that kind of goes up to here to connect up to there from this. But I don't know if I want to though. It'll kind of ruin the beautiful hard work I've created on this junction. Now, we're getting a little bit of a backlog coming into this little section, aren't we? So, you know what we should do? We should tell this. That's how that works. And then get a little bit of a two-laner on the entry. It's okay on that side. So then we can utilize both lanes. See, as the ambulance there kind of takes over. So rather than going into the left or going to the right, I've kind of switched it up a bit there. A little bit easier to kind of get them connected. So, interesting then. So yeah, they're wanting goods. I don't know if it's the fact that we just got to wait for trucks to drive over here, which is, yeah, it is obviously that's how it works. But I don't really want to have anything connected closer because they'll then start using that as the main connection point. Don't want to do a train line because it wouldn't really make much sense. So I think it's one of those cases where they're just going to have to kind of put up with it. They've got no other option. It is what it is, right? It is what it is at this point. So, suck it up, okay? Just suck it up. How is Full Zoo doing? So that's actually now making a profit, and there's more people now living close by. We'll change this as well from... We got Holly Falls Park. There we go. Making a delicious profit too. It's all slowly coming together. How is the sign doing these days as well? We've still got visitors over here visiting it. Fool's Kingdom. Yeah, there's a few people walking around. Still complaining about not enough goods to sell. I mean, is there there is trucks and commercial vehicles driving up here. It's just, you know, it's very long-winded to get up here, isn't it? But they've got to do what they've got to do, boys. They've got to do what they've got to do. So lots of vehicles are all heading. Whoa, why is there so much traffic coming into this area right now? Are they all going to the exploitation area? I don't think all of them are. So, again, I don't normally do stuff like this. But the more I do this stuff, the more I am starting to do stuff like this. But basically, I'm trying to get them to utilize both lanes. So if I tell them that that right-hand lane is for solely going into the exploitation area, I'm hoping that they then start utilizing the 2 lanes that they have possible within this if they want to go around or any other section. So that vehicle's realised what's going down right now. And hopefully the rest will follow suit, unless they all wanted to go to the actual airport. You know, they could all just want to be going to the airport anyway, so who knows? I'll add them to flow on, because I'm just trying to clear this slight little backlog I've now got. They can't all be going to the airport, right? I mean, I completely understand. I do completely understand, but where has this all of a sudden come from? This huge amount of traffic now wanting to go to this single airport. Why is all of a sudden, like gazillion episodes later, they decided today is the day? I don't know. I honestly do not know. It don't help as well, they're like 90-degree turns, because it really does slow them down. I could do a little road that slips into here. But I'm still backlogging them all up anyway. We just got to get them all pushed through. But there's no jams, there's no issues. It's just there's a huge amount of demand. Hopefully with what I've just done there, kind of pushes them through a little bit quicker. I know it's getting backed up to over here right now. But they'll get there. These boys will get there. Where's our bus going? Or is it just stuck in its way? Oh, there we go. We deciphered a little bit easier right now. I think now they understand that they can use both lanes. I think the penny's dropped, doesn't it, finally? The penny has finally dropped, guys. Right, we're all good. I think we're back in business. Anyway, how's it going up here then? So, you do actually get visitors over here. Oh, I didn't add any car parking on this side. Right, the 4 doesn't quite fit in, but we're going to go with it anyway. Got a little bit of car parking going on over here right now. And how's this park doing at this point? Damn, making some sweet cash. I like it. I like it. Oh, is this area over here clearing now? Yeah, this is pretty much all now cleared through. A few little issues here and there, but it's nothing the roundabout won't solve once more traffic's been officially pushed all the way through. We're okay. We're okay at this point. So job-wise then, I mean, even when we get more people employed, the job is still going up. But it's gone from 4% unemployed to 3%, so we've managed to employ an additional 1% of the whole population, which is amazing. How is the education system? So we need more schooling, which we have no schools up here whatsoever. But I think we need to kind of look a little bit more fancy. So we'll stick to the standard elementary schools to begin with. I'll drop a few around there. Where are we also kind of suffering by not keeping up with the demand? Right, I get an elementary school just over here. I don't have one over here, shockingly. I only have one in this whole place over there, so I'm going to squeeze a second one in. So I'm going to invest quite a bit of money right now in education. We have none around these areas. And we've got one over there. I'll squeeze a second one in. And you've got 3 in this vast metropolis we have set up. So one there, one there. North and South Fall. I feel like South Fall needs an additional one. which we'll throw just there. Woodville's got 2. Yes, so we're borderline then at capacity, give or take a few. High school right now is a completely different story. Could do with 1 more over here. I have none in the Toll Island. None in the Fishing Island. Holy moly, what have I been doing? Honestly, what have I been doing? None over here on the Cannibal Island. Got 1 for this whole little region here. 1 simply for over here. What about on top of the hill? So on top of the hill right then, why don't we do something a bit different? We've got the public library. We've got the Institute of Creative Arts, which is an alternative to a high school. That sounds right up their street, doesn't it? What's the capacity on that as well? 800. We have the Modern Institute, which is an alternative to a university. Again, right up their alley. If I throw that just there. So university capacity right now, 15,000. Pretty much where we want it to be. What else we got? A university right now looks like a castle. The Blackwell Academy. See, all this stuff right now looks kind of cool, doesn't it? Oh, that's kind of merged inside of the... move it over a bit. There. So this stuff just kind of makes it look like really, really fancy. That upper high private education vibes are going on right now. But it provides a lot of schooling. It does provide a lot of schooling right now. 71,000 jobs now available. Damn, boys. That population do be growing. But hopefully you can create those smarty pants that will take those high paying, high level entry jobs. So we'll see. We'll see. You will never know. Never know. A little bit of a power outage right now. Now, what's the reason for that then? Is it because... Wow, we're actually suffering for quite a little bit of a power outage in general anyway. Now, didn't we have like a Tesla Gigafactory somewhere? I have a feeling it was in Oil Town. I don't know why. Or was it in Vegansville? I feel like we've got it somewhere, but I can't remember where it once was. But we need more power in general anyway. So let's take a look over here then. I'm actually going to squeeze another Tesla Gigafactory down. Where would be beneficial, like say here, within the industrial area, which will provide all the powers we need within the Fool's Kingdom. Maximum powers. We can afford it. We got the cash. We got the cash right now. 300 students going into that Modern Technology Institute. The Blackwell Academy has got 110 students so far. Our elementary school is doing pretty sweet. This one over here is the Creative Arts. So the Creative Arts has now got nearly at full capacity, the Creative Arts. Holy smokes. So technically then, these little bus routes going around should do pretty well for us, shouldn't they? The last ones that we kind of implemented in 14 and 13 and 12, because one goes all the way down to here, doesn't it? So the one that goes back and forth, not really much going on. But the ones going around, which this one here is the one that's being used the most. Yeah, there's a fair few people waiting at some of the bus stops. So it is beneficial. It's doing us wonders right now. And how is the park doing now? So that's only going to increase as more and more students come to the area. I know we've got the stairwell, the, what's it called? Stair lift. I think at some point it might be a good idea to kind of make it stop here and then have another connection directly over to that point. But I want to get this area all around here all set up eventually. So it's going to be really interesting to how it all evolves. But we've really shown a lot of love to the Fool's Kingdom lately. I think we need to show another kingdom some love, or potentially go on to create another kingdom soon. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But for now, we're going to end it, guys. I just need more demand. That's all I need right now. So I think once it's built everything that I've currently zoned, because there's still a little bit of zoning around to kind of fill in. Once it's filled all my kind of zoning, then I can really see then what demand is left. And then we can pretty much go from that point. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.